Within the past few years, green products have made an overwhelming surge into our lives. The concept of green consumerism has exploded and made a dramatic impact in the lives of consumers. Consumers will almost buy anything if it claims to help save our planet from ultimate destruction, which unfortunately takes away from the gravity of the issue. In general, who would dare argue against going green? But take a look at the environmental impact of green consumerism. Green consumerism has moved from a vital issue in our society to nothing more than a fashion or fad that in turn obscures the real issues affecting our planet. As it may come as a surprise, green consumerism actually took flight in the late 1980s. Article after article featured plethora of information promising to offer advice on what was supposedly acceptable green products. Entitled The Shopping List That Saves the World, written by Kate Short from the Total Environment Center, made the following recommendations, such as metal kitchen utensils, waxed food wrap instead of plastic, metal garbage bins, buckets, and dustpans, straw brooms, not plastic, roll-on deodorants instead of aerosol, wooden coat hangers, not plastic, metal razors, and toothpaste in tube instead of a pump pack. For most of us, the current ways we've seen the nation go green are a sign of progress. We see the industries improving the environment. The mounds of environmentally friendly products on the market prove consumers' interest in purchasing. Whether the manufacturers are acting out of genuine environmental interest or simple financial interest in meeting consumer demand should be a concern. In an article written by Julia Layton, she looks at the pros and cons of green consumerism and examines whether we really can affect change simply by altering our buying habits. No, the question is not easy, but we can begin to ask this: what do you, the consumer, want to achieve by buying green? Unfortunately, green consumerism can mean victimized and exploited masses of buyers viewing misleading advertising which instincts on environmental matters. It sees manufacturers, together with the high priests of overconsumption, adapting to environmental concerns as if they were merely a new fashion trend to conquer before moving on. Some activists believe green consumerism might actually hurt the green movement instead of helping it. There's an inherent problem with green consumerism. It's an oxymoron. Consumerism, the concept of making purchases and establishing your identity with the things you choose to buy, is simply bad for the environment. When it comes down to it, what we buy is manufactured from other means from our Mother Earth. Manufacturing and shipping items to stores requires energy. With green products popping up, we are being offered a way of foregoing sacrifice while still feeling like we're helping the earth. Getting further in this issue, activists take it from this standpoint. If we as consumers think we're helping save the planet by purchasing organic cotton instead of polyester, we can be led to believe in a false sense of security and righteousness known as the halo effect. Retailers are pretty much free to decide for themselves on the eco-friendliness of their product, so to speak, and some may even make the mistake of overstatement in order to capitalize on the trend. It's a retail decision, known as greenwashing. Perhaps the biggest issue has to do with long-term effects. The use of terms such as environmentally friendly or environmentally safe should be avoided, as few, if any, products could justify a claim that they are totally free of adverse effects. Almost all products have some adverse impact on the environment in relation to their manufacture, packaging, use, or disposal. Now let's look at this issue on an international level. It is expressed that big international companies and multinational companies like Coca-Cola set up their base in Asian and African countries, as here they get plenty of raw materials and plenty of cheap labor. They also do not always follow the set safety rules required in their product in their home country. The company has been alleged to use plenty of locally available water from common resources, creating a scarcity of the same in Indian states like Kerala and Rajasthan, affecting the farming practices there and also their food supply. Stephanie Lung looks at consumerism and evaluates it in the Asian Pacific region. She reported that in developing countries, price and quality remain the most important factors for consumers when choosing between products from different brands. and environmentally friendly is becoming a more and more influential factor, and green consumerism has become a growing trend. Going green is more than fashion statement. It's real consideration for what and how we use Earth's resources. As consumers, we have experienced the bombardment from markets and industries to join the green movement. But you have to ask yourself the right questions.